Hi, it's Christina again with my continuing journey on eyes, cataracts, and all that saga that I've talked about before. I think when I first did it, maybe I was a bit flippant about it. It's pretty serious if we don't look after our eyes at a certain age, and I won't say that I didn't, but I think with COVID, we couldn't unless it was an emergency, and it seemed okay and it seemed fine. And as you know, my last cataract I talked about, I think it was something like 5 weeks ago, which is still a work in progress, but that's all right. I can live with that, even though I thought it was going to be really well done quickly, because people say that. But of course, you know, there's always a difference. Nothing is quite as it seems, and you all know that. We have to think about our eyes. I really understand now far more than I did before. I know I said eyes are the mirror of our soul, but if they're not really working very well, we don't feel as confident. And so, okay, I had the cataract surgery, which is still, as I said, a work in progress. Still get sort of floaters and things like that going on. I'm told in 3 weeks' time that will have gone. So I just want you to know that this can happen, but it doesn't happen to everybody. So then I had an issue with my left eye, and I didn't quite know what that was. And then I was introduced to a word that I'd heard that I didn't actually think would ever be something I'd be dealing with, because I don't know, one just feels that that's not something that's essential. It's called Macrodegeneration, okay? It's a wavy thing I've now learned on the cornea. So when you get that, it messes up your eyesight terribly. And I had that in my left eye. So that happening changed the dynamics of the right eye. So now we're in a situation that I have to wear sunglasses all the time in the sun. I can't possibly not have them on. And you get the distortion, you get the sort of uneasy feeling that you're not seeing things clearly. Reading books, newspapers, I think I've said this before, really hard. But there is a Kindle, right? You can have a Kindle. My son sent me a Kindle, and that has made a big difference, because that way at least I can read books, okay? And that does help, because you don't want to not be current with news. You know what I've said about being current. As you get older, you have to be current. You've got to be up to date. Don't start thinking, oh, it doesn't matter. You know, eyes matter so much. Sunglasses, I'm going to do a special on sunglasses, because all different ones, big ones, small ones, different colors, depending on the light of the day. So what's my tips on this? I don't think I actually have tips. I just want you to be quite sure that you deal with your eyes. And if you don't feel that you're kind of getting it, then ask questions. I didn't ask enough questions. Because then, I don't know, is it because you don't like to challenge specialists and doctors? And maybe we don't. Maybe we don't with everything. I don't know. This is the first real thing that I've had to deal with, which sort of it's thrown me off, quite frankly. It's thrown me off. I'm not as confident because your eyesight's not as good. And if your eyesight's not as good, maybe your brain's not quite as sharp. It's not to do with your brain, but there is a connection, there's no question. And you do slow down in certain things because you have to think about them more. Do we want to think about things more? That's my dog barking. There we go. I'm outside, but I want you to understand that dealing with your eyes, super important. And it's Christina once again. And so this will be continued, and I want you to think about it, but I hope you notice I got the eye makeup on. I'm not going to not have that. You've still got to make as big an effort as you can. So it's Christina, and I will be talking to you again, hopefully with a better outcome. Bye for now.